So hi friends. I was going to chat a little bit about how HRT's been going. Just a little shorty stream today. So I've got some stuff in about an hour, but I wanted to say hello. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen all of you pals. Was managing some real life stuff there for a while. Had some folks in my life who were distressed. So took some time to be supportive. And then I took some time to get my spoons back because it was many spoons and I have no regrets. But it was many spoons. So I had to respoon. Anyways, so let's talk about HRT. So I am assigned female at birth person. I identify as non-binary. As you can tell by the flag. That's what the flag is, by the way. All the colors, the color scheme, that's the non-binary flag. So yeah, I'm a non-binary pal, and I started HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, back on, I think it was March 11th. So if I'm counting right, it's day 19 of taking HRT, which is very cool and exciting. So far, the things that I'm noticing are my emotions have kind of flattened out a bit. Like, there's not as many ups and downs, which has also made it hard for my family members to read my face. They're like, what's going on? Who are you? What's happening in your brain? We can't tell. Which I think has made them a little anxious, which is not my goal. So the other thing that has happened concurrently is I'm noticing that I have more just sort of like anger in my chest. Like there's more, my access to frustration and anger is much easier than it used to be. So I've had to deal with that, cope with that, manage that. There haven't been any angry outbursts or anything. But I am noticing that my frustration and my anger is around with me a lot more often these days. I talked to a trans man friend, and he said that lasts about 1 to 2 months, and then you kind of even out, which was really great news because, dang, it's a lot of feelings. I just imagine teenage boys rage quitting video games and have a newfound compassion for that experience. Because it's a lot to deal with, and I have my full prefrontal cortex, and like I'm in my 30s, so I've had a chance to develop some life skills. So having to deal with testosterone as a teenager sounds hard. I'm glad that I'm dealing with it as a 30-something. I have noticed like very slight tickles in the very bottom of my throat, and I don't think it's COVID. I don't have a fever, and my lymph nodes aren't swollen, and none of that other stuff. But I'm noticing the slight tickle in the bottom of my throat, and I think it's my voice starting to do whatever it needs to do to sort of thicken up and deepen. So I've noticed that. I've noticed that I am choosing to talk in my lower register more often. I've noticed, well, before HRT, I was starting to get all of this weird, like, acne on my shoulders, and I think it's a combination of the PCOS and maybe the birth control IUD thing that I have. But so my testosterone are these little, like, pouches with gel in them, and they kind of smell a lot like hand sanitizer, but they have tea. So it's almost like I'm rubbing hand sanitizer on my shoulders each day. I switch sides each day. And so surprisingly, the acne on my arms, my upper arms, has actually cleared up, and I think it's because of how astringent the HRT is. but I do expect to continue having more acne. So far, day 19, I don't see any hair growth um, yet that I've noticed. Um, but I have noticed some of the other shifts that people have mentioned in terms of libido and all of that, which I'm not going to go into detail. But um, yeah, it's doing the thing that the testosterone does, which is interesting. Um, I have needed a lot of sleep, like a lot of sleep. I've been sleeping 8, 10, 12 hours a lot of the nights. It's weird. And I also, because of the PCOS, which is very common in transmasculine people, I heard, because of the PCOS, I've actually started taking this medicine called metformin. And so I have to take that with meals. And so I don't know if that's impacting my sleep because that started the same time as the HRT. So it's less, what's the word? Scientific. But it's been really interesting to navigate it all. Yeah. I don't know if anyone in the chat has any questions, but if you do, this is a good time for questions. PCOS. What is PCOS, by the way? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. It means my testosterone levels have been high my whole life. Other indications that I have that are the way my body carries weight. I have a lot around the middle, which is also the more typical weight distribution of males, like assigned male at birth people. And it also means that I'm 4 times as likely to get diabetes. So I've been on all kinds of primal keto, stop eating all the carbs stuff, which has been actually very hard. I think a big part of my irritability in the last couple weeks has just been like my diet is changing and I can't eat sugar. Like we're finding some of the sugar replacement stuff to kind of help me adjust, but um, you know, I am weaning myself off of sugar, which is like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And like instead of rice now I have to eat like quinoa, which is not as exciting as rice. You're on keto mostly for energy reasons, but the first translation is always hard. The transition, yes, it is so hard. It's so hard. And I'm not very good at it yet, but slowly we've been kind of giving away the food in our house that is heavy carb based or like very sugary. The keto flu. Oh, is that why I'm so tired? The keto flu? Maybe. I don't feel like I've actually hit ketogenesis because I keep doing things like eating the last box of gluten-free mac and cheese or like drinking the last Izzy, which has sugar in it. It's like a sparkling juice drink. So probably it's going to get worse before it gets better. But for a lot of my life, food has actually been how I've coped with stuff. Like I never started drinking alcohol. I never did substances like drugs. But food has been how I've coped since I was a small young person. And so to like switch it all up is super hard. It's a thing, your body's addicted to sugar carbs, so winning off is really hard. I promise there's a light at the end of it. Thank you, playthrough crew. I appreciate that very much. Honestly, I do. It doesn't sound like I do because I'm on tea and everything is flat coming out of me, which is the strangest. But I do, honestly, I am grateful for that encouragement. So, I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of reducing, but we've gotten to the point where I think there's like one jar this big of rice left. And we haven't had rice in a while. And we did have, over the weekend, we had gluten-free bread with fondue, but we also like cooked steak to dip in the cheese and like had some cauliflower to dip in. I'm doing all these changes at once. It's true, it's a lot of things. But the doctor was like, I looked at your blood work. I'm surprised you've been pre-diabetic for as long as you have, because usually you would have had diabetes by now with how long you've been pre-diabetic. but it would still be better if you were not pre-diabetic. So, the changes that I've already made, like going gluten-free a couple years ago and stopping drinking soda a while ago, like those have helped. What I really want to find is a drink that's not water that's delightful to me, because a lot of the sugar replacements for drinks are gross to me. And I don't like sparkling water. You're going to be honest here, you don't think I could give up rice or respect. Also, hi. Hello, Darkness the First. Giving up rice is really hard. I have to do it one day at a time because I'm not really ready to consider that I might never eat rice again in my life. Maybe it'll be like a special occasions thing, like how cake is special occasions, except my cake is now like keto brownies with cream cheese in them. I don't know. We have a recipe. Um, God, yeah. I told the doctor about rice because I also like my favorite food of all time is popcorn, and I make it this really special way that's delicious and so good. And I can't eat popcorn anymore. And then I was watching some TV show, and someone was making a joke about cauliflower popcorn and how keto people are, and I was like, wait, that's a thing. So I'm gonna have to look into cauliflower popcorn now. I know they make cauliflower crust for pizza, which I think we have some in our freezer. But I need to look into if cauliflower crust is like low carb enough for what I need to be eating. I don't know. There's just so many things. There's a lot of things. We have a nutritionist that my wife is seeing, and the doctor warned like I shouldn't be having a lot of fat on the metformin that I'm on, but then it's like that just leaves me with protein and vegetables, and I suck at eating vegetables, and I think I can't just eat steak forever. So I have to figure it out. I have tried LaCroix, Nintendo. It's gross to me. The sparkling water just tastes bitter. I've hated sparkling water my whole life. I tried it. I've tried it as a young person. Cauliflower is a surprisingly versatile ingredient, and you have prepared it wrong a lot. You had cauliflower crust yesterday. It's not so bad. Yeah. I mean, I've been eating gluten-free crusts for a while, so cauliflower is one of the gluten-free options. So I've had it before, and it's fine. But if I have to also cut out cheese, I don't think I can. I don't think I can let go of cheese and sugar at the same time. It's too many things. And I really hope I never have to let go of cheese, because at this point it's one of the few foods I look forward to eating. Like I used to love eating, and now it's like, meh, why cut out cheese? Because of the metformin that I'm on. The medicine that I'm taking because of the pre-diabetic nature of the PCOS reacts weird to fats. Yeah, it's okay. Cauliflower is personally versatile. I missed something behind. You make keto simple syrup and put it in a bit of sparkling water for some sweetness and fresh lemon or lime juice. Ooh, that sounds interesting. So keto simple syrup, like you use erythritol or swerve or something. I also have the sugar-free coffee syrups. We've gotten 3 of them. We have vanilla, chocolate, and caramel now. Um, I gave my other syrups to some folks so that they're not in the house. We still have the like powdered hot chocolate stuff for the kids, but that's not a like a trigger food thing for me. I can leave that alone just fine. Keto simple is so easy to make. Yes, I like monk fruit. Ooh. Yeah, erythritol and monk fruit seem like good ones. That whatever Splenda is that. Monk fruit is a good sweetener from what you've had. It's so strange. I thought I wasn't going to have to be dealing with this sort of food stuff until I was in my 60s. And so to be doing it in my 30s is like, ah, crap. It's not ideal. I'm not enjoying it. Oh, God. But, being alive is important. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Um, for a while there, I was also doing like Ring Fit every single day. Um, and then I was doing it every single stream. And then I've noticed that there's part of me that doesn't want to be doing Ring Fit, and then I'm not streaming because I don't want to have to do Ring Fit, which is that's not a good plan. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But If you want something different than water to drink, you can make your own iced tea by just putting the tea in the fridge. That's what you do to curb your sugar intake. Gotta find something you love. Yeah, I have thought about making iced tea. Um, I gotta figure out what iced teas I like. I don't want to be drinking caffeine too late in the day, and the like stereotypical iced tea is a black tea. Um, you know, iced tea's so good, fruity herbal ones. You make good points. Someone also mentioned maybe like strawberry mint water. You hit day 30 on the Ring Fit, apparently. It's been okay to take breaks for you. Yeah. I mean, I like it when I'm playing it. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not my sleep schedule has been really wacky the last, like, I don't know if it's the HRT, but I've like not been sleeping enough or sleeping too much, and I've been like anxious and up all night. And for posterity, if someone's watching this video years later, we're in the middle of pandemic still. It's COVID, and like I'm still staying in my house almost all the time. Like my wife and I both work from home, and so we just stay in our house like all the time, except for grocery shopping and like occasional doctor's appointments. So it's been really weird, and I see a lot of people not doing that anymore, and a lot of people making choices that do not consider the rest of society, and it like freaks me out, and I just stay up all night worrying about it, or rather avoiding my feelings about it, and like grinding for resources on video games, or like watching an entire season of a TV show all night, which is why I have my little tired circles under my eyes. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to cope with anxiety, and I know about them, and I've done them at different times, but right now that's the thing I'm choosing. um Script Kitty, hello, welcome in. We are talking about HRT. Ooh. Okay, let's also talk about other trans stuff. So, I'm trying to get my top surgery approved. It got denied the first time. We've now written an appeal letter, and just today I sent it to the Benefit Pro to submit it to the insurance for us. I have the benefit of having access to a Benefit Pro through my wife's work. She's a software engineer, and usually software engineering type companies have pretty good benefits for trans folks. So that is the thing we're trying for. It's a little bit complicated because I already had a breast reduction a couple years ago to help with back pain. So I went from like very large to smaller. But now I would like a more masculinized chest, not this in between situation I've got going on. So my hope is that we get that surgery done this year during 2021, because my wife had her gender confirmation surgery in January, and we've already hit our maximum out of pocket for a bunch of stuff. And it's like, we've already spent $10,000 on surgery this year. Can we just knock out the rest of the surgery? As an aside, the Americans, like, surgery medicine situation is not a good time. Ugh. We need to do a better job of affordable healthcare for all. Or free healthcare for all. How about that? How about free? Used to work in medical. Time to point out that even in Europe, free healthcare is not free, but yeah, we don't go bankrupt from a trip to the ER or doctor's trips. We actually go even when it's not needed. Yeah. I mean, there are trans people dying because they can't transition in this country. USA. It's not good. It's really not good. Yeah. And the amount of like industry that's built up around just having helpers help navigate the complicated systems is wild to me. Community challenge 50%. Thank you for donating 2,000, Timbo, to the community challenge. I will also now hydrate. There you go. I just wanted to do something. You're all good, Gracelina. Thanks, Script Kitty. Oh god. Yeah. I haven't streamed in like 5 days, y'all. I missed Thursday. I missed Sunday. I missed Monday. Now it's Tuesday and I'm streaming hours later than I usually do. Woo. So thanks to those of you who have your notifications turned on. Because if I'm in your calendar, I've been goofing it up a lot. And I'm sorry. Thanks, Timbo. I hope you're doing well too. I need to give people shoutouts. I have not been doing that. Oh my god. Somehow I touched the spacebar a bunch of times. To go follow. Friends of the community. Well, does anyone have any more gender-related questions? Maybe I could switch to playing a game for like 45 minutes. Look at that stream I never actually did playing Heroes 3. Thank you, Meowster. Looking forward to our game tomorrow. Me too, Timbo. So tomorrow morning, not afternoon or evening, morning in Pacific Northwest. I guess it'll be early afternoon if you're on the East Coast, or it will be evening if you are in the UK. But instead of our regular time, it will be 11 a.m. Pacific. We are having a Monster of the Week stream, and Timbo the Wizard is DMing. It's going to feature Jonas, also known as JTTG. It's going to feature Prue, or Proopy Pants, from Chasing Tails RPG. We've also got Red White roleplay coming in. Myself and Mirami are all playing. I actually need to spend this evening acquainting myself with the 2-page quick start guide and pick a playbook for my character. Ooh. Yeah, you need to sort your character out too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am so excited that I finally get to play with my friends from the UK. I have decided that the last Wednesday of every month is just going to be earlier in the day, UK time friendly stream, so that once a month our friends from across the pond can come play with us on stream. Very exciting. Also, if anyone's interested in running a game for a Wednesday night, I haven't even posted the openings for April, but it's the 30th of March, and I don't even have a game planned for next week yet. So let me know if you're interested. Ooh. Anyway. Oh, the adventures. They just keep going. We have game on the 7th. Okay. I already forgot what that is. Oh, that's right. You're so right. I completely forgot. If I have questions, feel free to let you know, Timbo. Okay, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you. I will do that, comrade. We had a whole chat on Timbo's stream the other day about gender neutral phrases, like saying comrade. And one of the things that I in general want to share about addressing a group of people is the importance of using gender neutral language when referring to folks. One, when you don't know their gender, and two, maybe just in general. If you are an ally of the LGBTQ community, one of the easiest things you can do after normalizing the use of pronouns is addressing people in a general way, using phrases like folks or y'all or comrades, because then you're also less likely to out the non-binary and trans people in your life as being gender non-conforming to cisgender people who may or may not be cool with the trans people in your life. Friend is one of your favorites, but you wouldn't use it for a stranger. That's fair. That's very fair. Folks is a good one, especially if there's strangers involved. Or y'all. Yeah, I was realizing not only is it like possibly feel yucky to be misgendered in a greeting, but it actually feels really yummy to be in a space where gendered language is just not the default, because then I can just exist. And know that, I'm not going to get outed if I don't want to be. I mean, I'm pretty open about it, but there's a lot of like trans youth, especially, who are like not ready for all of it. Anyway, to bounce topics some more, did you know that they make Rogaine to grow face hair on your face? That's a thing. That's a thing that exists. I didn't know that until I started talking to my friends, and they were like, "Hey, this is a thing," and I was like, "What? That's a thing? Really? That's cool." Wait, hold up. What is Rogaine? Oh, okay. So Rogaine is a medicine that you use to grow hair. Usually, stereotypically, it has been used in assigned male at birth people who have male pattern baldness, and they lose this hair here or anywhere, but especially here where all the hair is on my head. If there was not hair there, they put this thing on their body and it stimulates hair growth. I feel old. Oh, so weird. Okay, anyways, so yes, so there is a there is a medicine you can use to stimulate hair growth on your face. I don't know if it's the exact same as the one that you use for your head. But that's a thing. Also, if anyone is non-binary and curious, it is possible to have a non-binary gender confirmation surgery that gives you both down there. Go figure. That's a thing. It's not covered by any of the insurance companies, but when WPATH 8 comes out, hopefully it will be more covered. And then within the next handful of years, eventually the surgeons will be able to do that and the insurance companies will catch up. And I mean, surgeons can already do it. It just costs like 80 grand US. Yeah. That's a tidbit that I learned. I've said that once before somewhere on a stream somewhere, but I figure I should maybe, while we're on the topic of gender and HRT and blah blah. I'm thinking it might be good for me maybe on like the 1 month anniversary of starting HRT each month to do like a check-in about gender and how things have been going for me and what's been changing. Because it would be interesting to have a diary. I don't do a very good job of writing in a physical book diaries. Like, I can't tell you how many little things like this that I just have around and I've just never written in them. Anyway. So the other thing too about a video diary or a vlog or whatever is you can see the changes and you can hear the changes, which is not something that just writing pen to paper catches, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But I was very glad to hear from my trans man friend that the anger and frustration does eventually pass because it has been a lot. Have not been fun to be around. I mean, I've been trying to like keep it to myself, but it just makes me very quiet, which makes a lot of walking on eggshells happen, and that's not who or how I want to be in my home with the people in my life. So, trying to get away from that a little bit. Um, I'm enjoying our chat and realizing I really need to go eat something before my thing at it's either 4:15 or 4:45, and I'm not exactly sure which. So I actually think I'm gonna go make some fried eggs. So let's go raid someone.